later gen music. I stopped playing after Gen 4, unfortunately. I know a lot of people say that Gen 5 is really, really good.
I'd say it's worth the shot, but that's all right. Different strokes for different folks and all that. Let's get right into it.
So we saw Daisy versus Enderman. Now we're going to be saying Alex versus Peach. Two completely, entirely different characters. Not the same moves at all.
Certainly is looking like a different matchup so far. Link's hunting him down with abandon.
Just kind of each grabbing their own resources.
Does seem like one difference right away. Like
the stage is going to be a barren wasteland when they're done with it. Pulling all the turnips and all the dirt.
That's a wink. It's always funny. You play the lottery with Peach, and the worst you get is an item does 13% in combos. Nice. Solid conversion.
The slow minecart, but just we're going to drop a stock there. Only 62% on Ling.
Yeah. One thing Ling's doing a little differently than like what Nuggets preferred to do is he's definitely not giving him as much space. Nuggets is content a lot of times to play, sit back, play neutral, get like the good turnips. Like,
yeah, kind of be behind the wall.
Yeah. Well, ooh, that's interesting. But as soon as I say that, now he's content to sit back a bit more. But he's got the lead, so he can afford to.
Absolutely. It's just that's that's definitely.
He's no longer got the lead.
Not a big one, at least. A small percentage one.
Now he's definitely shifted a bit. Content to just wait back, wait for a mistake.
I'm interested in whether that anvil was like, I don't want to say intentional, but like, what kind of thought was behind that? Was it like, do we want to like stop Peach from like getting by? Like, is it like kind of like a wall?
Could be. Surprisingly good shield pressure for down air like that.
A down air that's like very safe on shield is very dangerous.
Extremely. You can also mine iron off of it, so I don't know if you want to try setting that up or, like you said, just placing up the wall. That side B seems like a really good move to challenge the wall, because afterwards you're relatively safe. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're creating a little jail for yourself right there.
And Ling content to just sit in that jail.
Yeah. Oh, but maybe he's been waiting a little too much, because now we got Diamond on deck and all the iron in the world. Now this is looking a little bit more swinging back.
Yeah, this is where Steve is most terrifying.
Still got gold too.
Still,
so
yeah, still has gold. I'm not sure. Redstone isn't displayed, so.
Yeah, that's always tough, but you tend to get it a lot. It's safer to assume they've got it than they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That building the wall behind them is something I've seen a lot of teams doing, and it's so smart. It makes the corner a lot less scary. Because if you get hit,
and now you're going the other way, yeah. I never thought of that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, a very creative character.
But there we go. Getting a little too greedy with that F smash. Yeah, this is definitely a character that very much changes the way the game is played.
Absolutely. You can never be ready for everything.
Yeah. It's a wink that he's got in his hand. Oh!
Oh, it went. Oh my God! That went over the redstone little booster thing on the other direction.
Well, that's crazy.
I didn't know that could happen with someone who's being grabbed.
Yeah. He's definitely lately he's definitely just demonstrating some interesting, like, he's definitely got some knowledge. Like, he knows how to work with the side Bs. He knows how to get around a lot of the walls. But again, it's a different beast. Like, one Steve you play is not going to be like the other.
Now, no iron on deck, but has diamond.
All right, and we're bound to our last stock. Yeah, he's got to get some iron, because if he gets hit and placed in a spot without it, then the disadvantage is so much worse.
Just Blue, I know a lot of people say it to his criticism, but actually tends to rely on minecart a lot, but that also means that he knows a lot of the like setups to like get minecart to like fall in certain directions, grab certain directions.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, it seems that way because like he'll build like a wall, he'll slide it under it, so you can't really punish him for throwing it. And if he gets hit, he gets stage control. Oh, just waiting it out. Oh, that's a stitch. That's a stitch in the hands of a Steve. Yeah, he's content to just hold on to that.
I mean, I think anyone would.
Yep.
A very, very good item. And Steve doesn't actually usually have an item, so.
True. Playing against any sort of item character, it's always a test, like how familiar you are with item play in general. There dodge, that should be. This is scary because like there are definitely certain combos that Steve could do that could end this game right now.
And every move does so much damage and is so safe.
Oh, if he had DI'd in, that was over. All right, he's stuck in the corner now. He's getting a little spooky.
Minecart, yep.
Yeah, but he's got no iron now, so he's got to be careful.
That F smash, rather safe on shield.
Yeah. You have to be point blank to punish that. Yeah, at this point, we're seeing a last stock here. Last hit.
Throwing the whole kitchen sink at Ling.
Being able to tech off the wall of that, like the dynamic just changes so completely when you're in the corner as Steve.
Just Blue definitely tried to hit on the like the reverb of side B.
Yeah. All right, he's got no iron now, so he's gonna have a tough time getting out of this corner. Ling's giving it to him though.
Oh, extending the hitbox up there, not doing it.
Not quite. Oh, this is
good DI.
Look at the time. This could go.
Oh, it's 30 seconds left. No, but that's
doesn't matter. Not gonna happen.
That's definitely gonna do it. I was starting to think like, hey, hasn't it been 7 minutes or so?
It has been a hot minute. Well, that just shows they're playing it correctly. This is definitely a matchup I can see going to time very frequently because both these characters are gonna look for what they're gonna look for what they need. They're gonna look for the stitches. They're gonna look for Saturn. They're gonna look for iron and diamond. I think that trade generally benefits Steve a little bit more, but
more things to have, more resources. Chat's not liking this.
No, you wouldn't expect them to. You want to see people getting hit. You want to see people taking stocks.
And Steve doesn't actually like get a huge combo on Peach unless it's at very specific situations. Like doesn't get like the up tilt or the jab wobbles.
Yeah. Peach is one of those characters that definitely forces you to play a very slow game.
It is wild how different Ling's and Nuggets' luck with turnips is.
True.
Nuggets is just totally built different.
This is why the man camps, because they give him more chances to get some closer.
Yeah.
But
Nuggets doesn't have to camp, he just gets the good one.
Oh, he does both, for sure.
I mean, he still camps. Don't get me wrong, he still camps for sure.
Yeah, but right now, seeing a very similar style to game one. No one's ever ready for that last hit of that hitbox, I swear. It always lingers just a frame more than you think it does.
That reverse nair is so interesting. I don't actually understand like how you like kind of like nair it behind you.
Yeah. What it is, it's when you do it with a short hop modifier, I believe, that's actually their back air, but with it's like with the short hop modifier, it's different.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it has a lot less knockback. So it can be used to combo into a lot of things. There's actually quite a few like pretty deadly combos that they can get out of shield with that move. And it's pretty quick too.
Oh wow, what an angle.
Yes.
Pretty much just, yeah, you were about to say this, absolutely just right around Ling Ling.
For sure. It's like Steve is, like it's pretty difficult to edgeguard Steve sometimes because he's got a lot of different angles he can go. Oh, that trump would have been it. Wow, what a call out. F-tilt of all moves.
If you played Brawl, then you'd be very, I mean, I know you do, but a lot of like Brawl players are very familiar with Elytra's like movement because it works very similar to the glides in that game.
True. Not everyone's quite so familiar. Oh, just gonna go for a basic combo. It's very funny because both of these characters can theoretically hit you, and just kill you off of it. But they're very content to play this kind of game too.
Yeah, it's very hit for hit. One trades. Although I feel like Peach is the character that kind of like makes games kind of go that way.
For sure.
Just being very hard to combo, very hard to lock down.
It's also just difficult to, and this is kind of true to a degree to both characters, but it's very difficult to take advantage of Peach's disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because of float, they can stall in different ways. And get the timing different, it's very difficult to set up the same setup.
Oh, that's the sound of the pickaxe breaking.
Yeah.
Got no forward air back here.
Yeah. You gotta keep them. Yeah, this is the point when you really have to take advantage of it.
Or dash attack, of course.
Yep. You gotta make sure that they use that last iron too. Like, but now they're gonna get it. And that's it. Very nice call out. Thing is, there's a big like consensus like you shouldn't camp Steve, but like if you have the means to do so, like you absolutely should. Because what's the alternative?
Like Cloud can kind of camp Steve.
Yeah, and Ling's doing a phenomenal job right now. We're clearly very familiar with the matchup. Making it very difficult. Yeah. No, exactly. Like the chat, like. You absolutely should. Just you got to do it a little differently. You have to be aware of how to do it.
Or your character is just not, you know. You kind of camp in his face. Like, don't let him get resources, but don't like go in and try and hit him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe this is winners. Very nice edge guard.
That's gonna be 2-0 in favor of Ling. Really good showing from Just Blue though. Going through Nuggets to get